All right, so you have some big goals for real estate that you're trying to accomplish. Maybe you're starting a YouTube channel, or maybe you're just trying to get a certain amount of closings a month so you can hit your goals. But for some reason, something is holding you back and you can't figure out why you're not accomplishing your goals. Well, that used to happen to me a lot too, and in this video, I'm going to talk about how I was able to shift my focus to help me become really successful in real estate and in life in general. So if you're wondering how you can shift your focus to accomplish your goals, stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this video. What's up everybody, my name's Franchesca King. If this is your first time to this channel, make sure you head on over and hit the subscribe button and tap on that notification bell while you're there so you get notified every time I upload a new video just like this one, talking about how to get leads for free, how to build a mindset for success, and how to start your YouTube channel for real estate. Alright guys, so I wanted to talk about how I was able to shift my mindset to become successful, because it's so important, like I mentioned, in life in general with anything you're going to do. And there's always things that are going to be holding us back until we learn how to actually shift our focus. Now, this is something that I didn't even realize I could do or never thought about really until several years ago. I believe it was back in 2018. I actually tried to do some network marketing when real estate just wasn't working out really well for me at the time. Richard and I had Richard's my business partner. He and I had exhausted all of our leads, all of our, referrals from past clients, family, etc. So we were really, doing a few deals a year and it just wasn't enough money for us. So, we were looking to start other businesses, other companies all the time. True entrepreneurial spirit, right? Like most realtors have, I think. So anyways, we started network marketing. We found a great company to partner up with. Honestly, it was a great company. Network marketing just isn't for me, but we went to this HempWorks convention, the company's HempWorks, and I saw the CEO. She actually spoke about how she had had a rough childhood and never really got the attention from her dad. He kind of disowned her basically and didn't want to be a part of her life, and how that had really kind of tripped her up and she had a hard time with it her whole entire life, until finally one day it hit her over the head that if she just thought about what had happened because her dad didn't give her the love and appreciation that she needed, and the person that she had become because of it, that she was able to shift her focus and turn that negative into a positive. Well, when I heard her story that day at the convention, it really hit me over the head because my whole life I have struggled with the fact that my mom really was not there for me the way that, somebody would want their mom to be there for them, especially when I turned 15. She was going through some personal issues and she actually left and went to New York and left me in Florida. So, that whole thing just kind of spiraled and turned into a whole disaster for me and for her and I's relationship. So lots of pain and kind of trauma in that relationship, and listening to the CEO of this company talk about her story, it was so similar to mine that I really had to sit there and think, what has come out of this happening to me in my childhood? What, have I learned from this? And I was like, wow, Franchesca, you've learned so much, because I learned how to be an incredible mother. I have 4 children. At the time, I had 2 children very young, and I've always been kind of hard on myself about the 2 that I had really early on in life. But thinking back, I really handled things much differently than I could have because of the fact that I really love my children to death. But I always, because of what happened to me, will never leave my children. And not only that, but I love my children fiercely and I will stand up for them to the end. So even though things were hard raising 2 kids as a single mom and being very young, I always knew that I was going to take care of my children and I was going to raise my children and I was going to make it work. I would never walk out on them or leave them or anything like that. So it taught me how to be a strong woman, a strong mother, how to love the people that I care about, to no end. And also how to love them really just no matter what's going on with that, just non-selfish love. I really love very much my children. So anyways, when I started shifting my focus after hearing this and really thinking about that, it also helped me to really let go of some of that pain and the feelings that I was having and really start to feel forgiveness, which is huge when you're trying to work through something and when you're trying to be successful and you're trying to go after your goals. Like, you just can't be holding on to baggage and past pain and all that kind of stuff. You really have to let that move through you, give it some space, you know, meditate on it, pray on it, whatever you have to do. But that's always going to be a blockage that's kind of holding you back. So as soon as I heard that, I really knew that this was something I needed to work on and that I needed to do the same thing. So I just started working on it. And the first thing I did, honestly, was I sent my mom the book Think and Grow Rich because it made such an impact in my life. And I just started working through so much forgiveness for her. So I sent her the book, I wrote a nice message in it, I wished her well and like told her that I totally forgive her. You know, I don't have to have her necessarily in my life, but I can forgive her and just move on and not let this hold me back anymore. The day that I put this book in the mail, I'm telling you, it changed my life. And I was able to move on and just good things started happening to me. And it was like, they just kept coming and coming and coming, and they haven't stopped since then. It was a huge release in my life. The other thing that happened while I was in my network marketing venture is I started listening to a guy named Ray Higdon, who's pretty popular in the network marketing world, and was doing some of his training and stuff, and he was talking about how you cannot despise something you're trying to become. And at this point in time, honestly, for several years, I really had kind of a bad taste in my mouth towards realtors, just to be direct with you guys, because I'm sure a lot of you probably have gone through this before, but you know, a lot of times realtors tend to come off as very salesy, very stiff, very fake. You know, I really appreciate genuine people, especially now, but I really appreciate people who are down to earth, and you can just tell right away when you meet somebody, you can just pick up on their vibe right away. So I really just started kind of developing this hate of realtors. I couldn't have realtors for friends because I just felt like everybody was backstabbing. Of course, we've all run into those realtors that, you know, do things wrong to us, right? That like, you know, act like they're our friend, then turn around and stab us in the backs one way or the other. So I just had had some bad experiences, and I just would walk around talking all the time about how I hated realtors, and I just didn't want to hang out with them, didn't want to go to, you know, brokers opens and mingle with them or any of that stuff. And really looking back, I think that part of that was honestly too, a little bit of jealousy or just, you know, being upset that I couldn't figure out how to hit my goals in real estate and really have more closings and do more volume. You know, I think I was really stuck around a $2 to $4 million a year. That was like my mark right there. And, you know, I just wasn't doing enough business to like build a team or any of that stuff that I'm actually doing now. So when I heard Ray Higdon say, you can't become that which you despise, I thought to myself, oh my gosh, you know, that's totally what I've been doing with realtors and real estate. And so just hearing that and then just trying to get rid of that competitive spirit, because let's be honest, that competitive spirit isn't helping anybody. It's just holding you back, and you're not hurting the other person by doing that either. So, you know, once I kind of let go of some of this stuff and I started to just focus on my own business, I came up with my own ideas for starting a YouTube channel, and we started getting so many clients from it. Now when I see realtors that are doing good, I'm like, rock on, that is so awesome. I'm so glad to see you doing good, because I'm doing good and I know that I'm just getting better because I'm hitting all of these goals that are like insane. Richard and I were just talking about how literally in 2 months we've made more than we used to make in a full year, and it's really sad when you think about it like that. But that's what's going on. That's our true potential. We've let go of all of this stuff. We've shifted our focus, and now we're just straight up kicking ass. So, you know, if you're holding on to anything about something that you're trying to accomplish, whether it be a goal or, you know, starting this YouTube channel, whatever fears you may have, or if you have things stuck in your head, these are just a couple of things that you might want to try doing, you know, to kind of break free of that and be able to move on and be successful. And a lot of things that I talk about, when I say that, you know, I shifted my focus and all that, I would sit and meditate. I sat and I meditated upon forgiving my mom. I actually would meditate and thinking about how grateful I am that she did that to me. Because actually, I'm grateful that I am the woman that I am today. I'm a strong-ass businesswoman. So I feel a sense of gratitude, and I just sat and meditated on that and let that feeling overcome me. And I just held onto it for as long as I could. And that was a huge release for me that day when I realized all of that and I was able to do that. So if there's anything you're holding on to, I highly recommend trying to shift your focus, sitting and meditating on it, thinking about what that negative experience really actually did to you and how it's made you become. And think about it in a positive way. Anytime that there's anything negative going on, if we can just sit and trying to find the negative and shift our focus and let go of that negative feeling and that negative vibe, we're only gonna start attracting good. You know, I've been reading for the second time Money and the Law of Attraction. It's such a great book. I highly recommend it for any of you out there who's going through any of this that I'm talking about, but it always talks about feeling good and how when you are feeling bad or if you're feeling negative emotion towards something, you're only going to keep attracting more negative into your life. And it's so true. But it's a hard habit to break. And in this book, she gives some examples of things you can do to, start turning it around and focusing on feeling good. Like when you wake up in the morning and you're laying in your comfy bed, think about, wow, I feel so good. The sheets and the covers and everything feel so good in my body. I feel so relaxed and rested and ready to start my day. Sometimes I'll go for a walk with Richard outside and I'll just start thinking about how I feel so good. It's such a beautiful day outside. And even if I'm feeling bad, sometimes I don't feel like going for a walk. Sometimes I have a headache or something. I have a lot of sinus issues, but I will sit and instead of thinking about the sinus issues and the negative feelings, I look around outside and I think about how good I feel and how awesome this day is. And that is a really good way to shift your focus towards feeling good. All right, guys, I hope that this helps you in shifting your focus towards success. Listen, if you're interested in partnering up with a like-minded agent that is here to give you support, help you with your YouTube channel or anything else you may need, make sure you give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, days, nights, or weekends, because we'd love to talk to you and partner up with you. All right, guys, I will see you on my next video. Bye-bye.